We saw our wind gusts across the county fall just about in line with what we expected. 60, 70 mile per hour gusts that came through across the county. We had some viewers that submitted photos and videos of those downed trees that in some cases did fall onto cars. So we had reports of that. We also saw across our mountaintops some wind gusts that were powerful enough and rain that was powerful enough to pull down some boulders onto roadways. So that was mainly off toward East County, off toward the mountains where 6-7 inches came down, but we are still working through some of the damage this morning here, especially once the sun comes up. We'll have a better indication of what we are left with. Things are looking okay in San Diego County. We have a little bit of cloud cover off toward that northwest corner, up toward the LA area. We're still watching as showers dissipate from LA all the way up to the Vegas area. We still have this kind of string of green on the screen where there are still plenty of showers. Even Palm Springs, where they've picked up on over 3 inches of rain, nearly the amount that they would have seen in one full year. They are still watching as a few showers come down. 3 to 5 foot waves out there along the coast. We do have a beach hazard statement that is in effect. It's encouraged that you stay out of the water. Beaches are still closed. Beach hazard statement is still in play. We are less than 72 hours out from when we saw this rain, so that water is still contaminated. So this is going to be in effect through noon today as far as your wave heights go, but it's suggested that you stay out of that water until about Wednesday or so. We know some people aren't going to heed those warnings, but good to let you know. Rain so far. Take a look at your rain totals that we picked up on. This storm fell exactly in line with what we expected. The last 5 days of forecasts, we have been forecasting 2 to 3 inches along the coast. Look at the 2 to 3 inches that came to fruition. And then across the mountains, we were forecasting 5 to 7 inches. Palomar Mountain, nearly 7 inches. Mount Laguna saw over 7. Lake Cuyamaca, nearly that 5-inch marker. Borrego Springs and Ocotillo Wells saw a little bit lighter of accumulations. It was closer to about Saturday that we saw our desert numbers declining a bit in terms of our forecast models. But Borrego Springs came in with still a decent 2 inches of rain. Wind is starting to die down. We're still watching as those wind arrows point to the north, and that's because that's where this storm is still located. So we've got double-digit wind gusts for Alpine and Boulevard, but in general, it's just going to be a light breeze that we're working through the rest of the day, though that is a welcome sight for our mountains and deserts, considering the 60, 70 mile per hour gusts that they did run into through the course of the day yesterday. We have a few sprinkles on the screen here across our mountains and deserts. These are not expected to lead to much, but daily we're going to still have that risk of some monsoonal moisture in the forecast. This is a pretty minimal opportunity. It's a less of a chance than what we saw last week, but still something worth mentioning that you might see over the mountains. A little bit of activity. The storm came and went and dropped our temperatures down tremendously. So you might remember a full week ago we were still under heat-related alerts, watches, warnings, advisories. Now we are back to cooler temperatures. From the coastline to your inland valleys, 60s and 70s out there, a welcome sight. 80 for Ramona, 75 for Alpine, 88 for Borrego Springs. Those are pretty much the only temperatures that are above that 80-degree marker, but we will have more of them on the way in the days moving forward as temperatures regain some normalcy. So today is kind of a standout day in terms of your colder temperatures. Inland will jump by nearly 10 degrees into tomorrow afternoon, and then we keep climbing to 90 a week from today. Across the coast will be in the upper 70s, so this is about normal and maybe even a few degrees above normal a full week from today, but we'll get more sunshine, more warmth packed in throughout the remainder of the week. Mountains and deserts, we're going from 74 today to 93 a week from today, 86 this afternoon across the deserts, all the way to 106. So we're all experiencing that warming and that drying as we head toward early next week. 5:26 now on the clock. I'll send things back over to you.